gonna drive me nuts. Move that over there. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? This is a review and a warning. I just saw Leatherface. Thank you, my buddy Tony Talent, who also hooked me up with Thumbnail. Uh, and it's supposed to be released in a few weeks. And here's an early review of it. Um, Basically, it says it starts about the origins of Leatherface. I heard about this movie a while back through, I can't remember what was the name. They guessed the horror film or something like that. It was one of the horror film ones. And we talking. It was New Image was going to do it, and then it went to Rogue Pictures, and then it went to Millennium and like a team between Millennium and Lionsgate, I guess. And it talks about the origins of Leatherface, and it starts off at the very beginning. He said a kid's gonna have a birthday, and the birthday cake filled with intestines. And he said, go ahead and celebrate your birthday, and they were saying happy birthday in the Sawyer household, right? And he said they're gonna give him a guy, one of the crazy family grabbed a piece of cake, and it was filled with intestines, right? And I'm gonna give this thief over there, and he said, "Ma'am, I didn't steal any of your pigs." And he said, and then they end up shoving it in his mouth. He pukes it up, and he said they gave him a chainsaw. He said, "Well, go ahead and do what you have, do what you're told to do," and he kind of does it, but he shies away from it. He doesn't want to. He ends up chainsawing him in the leg, and then he had to get killed another way. And what happened was a little later on, there's a cool scene where he lays down the road with it looked like a wounded animal, and then these couple stops, and then the kid stands up and he has like a big sheep head or cow head on. It looks very uncomfortable, but a neat image. And then he runs in the woods, and this lady chases him. Says, "There's something wrong. There's something wrong." And it turns out to be a trap, and she gets killed. And then the evil sheriff, played by Stephen Dorff, who's very good in this. All the acting's good, by the way. Says, "We're taking your kids in protective custody." And they end up putting them in it's some insane asylum for kids. And 10 years later, and you see the two kids. One really big, bulky looking. It looks like the kid from the singer from Candlemass. If anyone knows that Swedish metal, I believe they're from Sweden. I don't even know if people listen to Candlemass anymore. But it looks like the lead singer from Candlemass. And the other kid's very articulate, and the other kid's, having problems and stuff like that. I don't want to give away that much, but they humanize him too much. He becomes a good guy, and they say he has bipolar disorder and all this other stuff. And there's a psycho girl that tries to stuff a mouse down this guy and this other kid, and they end up, his mom ends up getting court order to see her kids after 10 years, right? And they wouldn't let her in there, and they were gonna, these two kids, one of her sons were gonna, were fighting, and then they were gonna send them in to get lobotomized, right? And she breaks them out, and they have a whole big breakout thing, and most of the movie is like them on the run, with this psycho guy and a psycho girl. Had nothing to do with Texas Chainsaw. And the two brothers. And them just going they're supposed to go all the way to Mexico. And they steal and they kill some people. So I made it sound more interesting than really what it is. It's most of them on the run. It has absolutely nothing. Doesn't look like Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie at all, except for the very beginning. And I don't want to give away any more. Nothing happens till the very end. I mean, as far as the emergence of Leatherface, and then it's not. It's a lie. For the most part. Yeah. The warning is this has. This is for anyone who is a fan of Texas Chainsaw. Maggie. Man, that cat's nuts. She's a good girl though. She's getting heavy. But, I mean, the movie's a complete disappointment for anyone. I didn't like it. It got 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. Surprised the hell out of me. The acting's very good in it. I mean, there's lots of violence and bloodshed and stuff like that, but not from the main character. They humanized the guy too much. Leatherface guy. And I don't want to give away anything. But I mean, they humanized. They did what Rob Zombie did with Halloween, where they humanized Michael Myers. You know what I mean? They showed him too much. Just like his time in insane asylum, all this other stuff, and he finally gets out. Most of this movie is them on the run. It's like The Fugitive with like Bonnie and Clyde meets Of Mice and Men. That's pretty much what it is. It's a complete disappointment. It's not a boring film, but it'll be I think most people will be disappointed, but I won't be satisfied. I know I wasn't satisfied with it at all. I thought it would be cool, but it wasn't. I give this. What should I give it? I'm being very generous. I give it a 3 out of 10. It's a complete disappointment. I know my friend Tony Town hooked me up with some there, and also seeing the film. He said it didn't get good to the very end. And I mean, it was okay at the very end, but I mean, it's too much too little too late. Remember that song? But I mean, I'm very disappointed with it. I wouldn't even bother. Well, I mean, unless you can see it on cable or something like that. I wouldn't bother to go to the theater to see it. Or even bother to buy it on VHS. If you can see it, for free or something on cable or something like that, or on the streaming service, go ahead. But I mean, it's a disappointment. I totally didn't care for it. Well, I mean, it's all right, but it's not a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It's kind of like a wannabe disguise to get your money. Most of it's them on the run with a psycho girl and psycho guy that has nothing to do with the Sawyer family at all. And the evil sheriff. I mean, Steve Dorff is very good as the bad guy, though. I mean, all the acting good, but yeah, I won't waste your time. It's a real disappointment. So 3 out of 10 for me. Please check out my Mean Bee Designs. I got 2 t-shirts available, and I hope you check them out. And until next time, everybody, please take care of my Legion.